Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Tag Team Season 1, our March 23rd special. We got some good matches for you guys tonight. We had a great weekend. We had a great Play Dead Live on Friday night. Ton of new inventory. I'm really excited to see how you guys are going to put it all together. If you sent me gear upgrades in the last 15 or 20 minutes, not happening. I can't. You guys, if you're going to send me your gear upgrades, they have to be earlier in the day. Because once I get stats computed and everything ready to go, it is locked in. So certainly I'll make those changes for you guys tomorrow. But I just want to give you guys a couple updates. I see Valar in the house. Thank you so much, Valar, for the super chat. Valar says, hello, 99 Army. Kills. Great mods, channel members, patrons, PDL players, sponsors, all super chats, all super stickers, and all PDL tag team players. We got some good matches for you guys tonight. One of the things that you guys saw last week is we went to those 45-minute timers. They were phenomenal. So we got some good scenes tonight. We're going to start exactly at 9:15. Our first matchup tonight. I'll show you guys the standings. Some people are just kind of popping in here. So the standings are not the power rankings. They're just currently, I will shift the power rankings a little bit midweek. But how the matches go down tonight are going to really play into the power rankings. So for example, Deadly Dimes and Tank 2-0. You can see the points for. They got a 10-point win, and then they got a 6-4 win. So even though they're 2-0, and I'm pretty straightforward with you guys, I would not put Dimes and Tank as the top-rated team yet. It's just my opinion based on what I've seen so far. Doesn't mean they're, not top 2 or top 3, but we got to see a few more matches play out, and I think tonight's match is going to go a long way into that because I want to see Gemstone and Mod. Also, Bones and Valar getting good match in tonight. Also, we got a big match with Will and Ray and Ocean Man and Bloodfish. And I want to say this. Of all the gear that you guys have sent me, and I'm not going to disclose gear, I will tell you that Ocean Man might have the best gear setup of anybody I've seen so far. Like he's got some good stuff. So you'll find out tonight, but he made a huge upgrade over the last couple weeks, and when he sent me his stuff earlier in the day, I was like, wow, that's a very nice setup. So I like what he's got working. We'll see. I would say that they could be a force to be reckoned with. Now, last week we had Will and Ocean Man top of the power ranking, so we'll see how that plays out tonight because they got a big match versus Father Ron, also with Bloodfish. So, you got an example in some of these matches tonight where you got some groups with high health and moderate damage, and then you got some groups with like super high damage and moderate health. So it's going to be neat to see, the balance of power and how this plays out. We got a lot of people hold on one second, everybody. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I am back. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to get it back together. Yeah, I have something very sentimental that I had, and I don't have it on my wrist, so I'm a little distraught right now. So I'm gonna get back to what we were doing, and we'll get into. We got a few more minutes, so I'm gonna do a little bit of Q&A. And as I was talking about with the standings, with the power rankings, with the matchups tonight, many of you guys have sent me a lot of, it's actually a wristband that I had that was Morris's, and I just looked down on my wrist, and I don't have it on my wrist, so I have no idea what happened. It's so, but yeah, it'll turn up. All right, we're gonna jump into a little bit of Q&A with you guys. You guys do know at 9:15 we got our first match of the night, which is we have 45-minute timers. They do go really, really fast. So we got Jim Stone, we got Mod Muse, we got Amy and Villar. I'm really looking forward to that match. A lot of power in that match, and then the next match is going to be a good balance. And then we also got Trigger and Rocket closing us out tonight versus Hippo and Bilal. I know Bilal is on a different time zone, so hopefully we'll get those guys in. If not, then we'll see if anybody wants to step up and jump into some gameplay. So any questions? What questions do you guys have as far as new items, new gear, new pets, rounds, play, any of those things? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I will after we finish the stream. I got a couple places that I'll look. Does Sonic use regular arrows? Yes, they can. They do use regular arrows. The main difference between Sonic and the other bows is it gives you that base health whenever you have it equipped, and also hits a lot harder. That's a pretty long. That's a pretty long list of hellos, Amanda. No, I will. I will look tonight. So, it was a little cold, and I had on a sweatshirt today. So, I'm hoping that when I took off the sweatshirt, that the only thing is that this thing hasn't come off my wrist in a couple of years. So it's the only time it would come off my wrist is when Morris and I would play with it, and yeah, I had it on my wrist. I would take it off, and we'd always kind of play this little game where he would chase it and bring it back to me. And when I lost him, I put it on, and it's never taken it off. So I will. I was moving my hand on the mouse a little bit ago, and I felt like I felt naked, and I looked down. It's like, yeah. All right. We'll get to it in a little bit though, because we got some good stuff tonight. I'll check it out. I'll look all over the place tonight when we finish. Let's see. I thought I saw a question up here. Give me 1 second. I'm just scrolling. No, we will. All right, let's see if Father Ron, let's see who can explain the elixir of immunity. We just rolled it out a week ago. Amanda should know. Amanda has a notebook. Amanda, where's your notebook? In the backpack. Yes. Immune to purple firefly stuff. That is correct. All right. Hey, we're at 9:14. Some of you guys sent me tapes and some other stuff, so keep in mind, I don't do anything with the tapes until the game starts. So if you guys are just tuning in, we do have the very first match lined up. These are 45-minute timers. So I'm going to get rid of the rankings, and I'm going to show you guys the first scenario. We've got Gemstone and Julia Muse, and we've also got Bones and Valar. So I'm going to ask, you guys have 20 seconds. Let me know which elixirs and which tapes you would like to use for tonight's match. Elixirs and tapes for tonight's match, and then we will go through the order, and then we'll kick this thing off. These are big matches tonight, everybody, so I need your absolute best. These are, even if you don't win, it's going to go a lot in the standings. All right, Kel, give me 20 seconds. Let's get tapes and let's get elixirs. Once again, your tapes are public. So Julia Muse is going Titanium and Elysium. Elysium, yep. On the Wargo. Gemstone is going Titanium and Elysium. On the Brace. Bones is going Immunity. And Elysium on the Brace and Titanium. Very nice. And Valar is going Elysium and Cobalt. A lot of people want to protect those braces. I love it. And Cobalt adding some extra health. So I'm going to give you guys with the Titanium your base numbers. Gemstone with a base of 9. Mod Muse with a base of 7. Amy Bones with a base of 13. And Valar with a base of 8. Those are your base healths. I won't go through the regular health. So kicking it off tonight, we've got Bones has the initiative. So Bones, you have 20 seconds. The match starts right now, everybody. 45-minute match. Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't I put everybody where you are before you guys can see? See, my mind is completely out of it. I lose this this wristband, and I'm gone, man. All right. There you go. Reset timer. You are now up on the map. Gemstone in the left corner. Julia on the right corner. Amy Bones up top on the ice, and Valar. Each player 45 yards away from your opponent. 45 yards. All right, Bones. Now you get to go. Summon Eagle, cut the distance. All right, so who are you targeting with the Eagle? Amy, who is the Eagle target? Is that Julia as well? All right, Julia, pick a number 1 to 5. Three, Julia, you have lost your chess piece. You lost your chess piece to the Eagle. Gemstone, it is now your turn. You have a 20-second timer. Amy is in range of both players. She is in range. Gemstone. Bones, Gemstone, Valar, and then Julia. Summon Owl. Okay, the Owl cannot take weapons. It can take the arrows. All right. And Gemstone, you still have a turn. So summon Owl. And Valar, you have no red arrows for this match. No red plasma arrows for your bow. And Gemstone, you have the remainder of your turn. her arrows are gone. Your summon is instant, so yep, they're out of play. All right, Kel, can you keep the timer rolling? We're probably about 45 seconds so far. Arrows are gone, Gemstone. Done. Arrows are out of play. All right, hold up. Okay. Pause the timer. All right, one, if you summon an owl, I think what she meant was she wanted to summon an owl and then shoot arrows at Valar. Okay, but if you summon the owl, what is the owl taking from Valar? When you guys assign a pet, whether it's an owl or the eagle, you have to give me a target. That's number one. Number two, you're 45 yards away from Valar, so you cannot attack her. Okay. Sonic arrow to Amy. So Amy, yes, you're being hit with the Sonic 5 arrows. Now, they are a weakened attack because it took us about 3 minutes to get that attack across because of range. So Amy, you two take some damage. We're going on to Valar. Valar, you are not in range of either target. You have a 20-second timer, Valar. Summon Eagle to Jim and Beige Bomb to Jim. All right, Gemstone, pick a number 1 to 5. All right, your shoulders have been taken. Your shoulders have been taken with the eagle. All right. Julia Muse, you have 20 seconds. 20 seconds, you're on the clock. So far, Amy's taken damage. Julia has lost her chest armor. And Jim has lost her leg armor. All right, Julia is going pigeon to get chess piece back, and then she's going BT7 to Amy. Amy, you are in range. Amy gets launched and back down with a BT7. Actually, you get a little bit closer, Amy. Amy taking damage with the BT7. Amy, you take 1 point of armor piercing. You're still in pretty good shape overall with your health. But your life is 80%. Amy, you're 80 and 12. You're the only person to take damage so far, and it is now your turn. You have a 10-second timer. 10-second timer for Amy. Beige bomb to Julia and red grenade to Jim. Oh, this might hurt a little bit. All right, Amy is throwing the first big red, and it's going like this. Bam. All right. Does not launch you up in the air. Covers you with a little bit of snow down here. You're kind of pinned in a little bit. But the big red is a hard-hitting grenade. So first big red that we've ever seen. Gemstone, you are at 80%. You take 20% life from big red. Jim, you're now on the clock. You have a 10-second timer. Amy is at 80 and 12. Jim is at 80 and 9. Pretty even match so far. Those are the only two that have taken damage. We're approaching 32 minutes. 32 minutes, everybody. Oh, Jim's going to take it right back. She's going big red right at Amy. Look out, Amy. Big red coming right back at you, just like that. And you sink down a little bit as well. Welcome to 60%, Amy. Amy is 60 and 12. Valar, you're now on the clock. You have a 10-second timer, Valar. Your eagle is, you cast it last turn. So your eagle, yeah, you can't play a separate eagle. Your first eagle took Jim's leg armor and it's on its way back. So it will hit again next turn, but not this turn. And it will stay on the same target. But you can detonate and you can move. I mean, you do have another half of action. All right, set the timer at 5, Kel. Okay, who is the owl to Julia, and what is she taking? All right, which plasma? All right, Julia, your red plasma is out of game. Julia, you will not be using red plasma. And bombs have been detonated on Gemstone. Julia, 10-second timer for you. All right, she is going Summon Bull to Valar. Valar takes 1 point of armor piercing. Valar, you are now at 7. And Amy, you get hit with AP3 ammo. So, Amy, you started at 13. You take armor piercing. You're down to 9. Amy is at 60 overall and 9 base. Valar, you are at 7 base. And Amy, it is now your turn. Your eagle goes back in. And Julia, you lose your leggings this time. Second attack from the eagle. Julia, your leggings have been taken. Eagle is out of play. Pigeon is out of play, so no, you can't summon another pigeon. Detonate Beige Bomb on Julia and shoot Jim with AP2 arrow. All right, Jim was 80 and 9. Jim, you're now 80 and 7. 80 and 7. Bomb has been detonated on Julia Muse. So here's the way that the health is at this moment. Jim is at 80 and 7. Julia, 107. Amy, 60 and 9. And Valar, 107. Gemstone, you have a 10-second timer. Moonshot, giving a little encouragement, says everybody is doing great. Keep it up. Good match. Good strategy so far. Amy kind of strolled right into the lion's den, though, right? All right, Gemstone has summoned Nolan, so you have Nolan out. And she throws a Goldar to Amy. Amy, you're taking, remember, Goldar is not that much weaker than the big red. Like that. Nolan is still hanging out by Gemstone's side. Nolan cannot be used the first turn he is summoned. He has summoning sickness, but he is in play next turn. He can be in play next turn. Amy, You're at 40%. So Nolan is by Gemstone's side. Amy's at 40%. Amy, it is now your turn. 10-second timer, Amy. We are at 24 minutes, everybody. 24 minutes. You're just tuning in. Gemstone is 80-7 with Nolan out. Julia Muse, 107. Amy, 40-9, and Villar, 107. It is Villar's turn. It is Villar's turn. I might have said Amy. Reset the timer for me, Kel. Sorry. Villar, you are up. All right, she is going to summon Sam. The Eagle makes a second trip to Gemstone. Gemstone, you have lost your leg armor and now your chest armor. You've lost 2 pieces of armor. And Villar is going to summon Sam. And who is Sam attacking, Villar? Who is your target? Both Eagles are out of play. She is summoning Sam on Gemstone. Now, you guys know Sam is that pet that does armor-piercing damage and also does regular damage. So, Jim, you're at 70% and 6. 70% and 6. And you're also wearing a nice blue bomb as well. All right, Julia Muse, you have 10 seconds. We just hit 22 minutes. Half the match is over. We got another half of the match to go. Jim is at 70-6. Julia Muse, 107. Amy feeling the effects at 40-9. And Villar at 107. 107. All right, Julia is going to warrior charge to Amy with Toxic Glyph. I know it's Glyph. And she is hitting with the Infuse the Muse 32 sword. Infuse the Muse. So it looks like this. Warrior charge. Amy, you take a big hit from the Infuse the Muse 32 sword. Amy, you're at 20%. You are poisoned. And you'll take poison damage next turn. And also, you'll take a little static electricity next turn. You got infused by the Muse. Amy at 20-9. 20-9. And Amy, it is now your turn. 10-second timer. Your bull did go back in and hit Villar. Villar is at 6. Heal Smoke in Mask, Enraged. Oh, she summoned you in. So Amy goes Heal Smoke. Picks up 50%. Goes Enrage 3. But Amy, you used Immune Elixir. So you can't do both of those moves in your mask. You can only choose one. You can heal, you can enrage, and attack. But you can't do all three moves. All right, so she is going to heal and attack without the Enrage 3 potion. So she gets the effect of the heal smoke. She's back to 70%. And then she's also going to attack Julia with the Sin 5. So Julia, you are now at 80%. You're now at 80%. It is Gemstone's turn. We have 18 minutes to play. Here are the health counts. Gemstone, 70 total, 6 base. Julia Muse, 80 total, 7 base. Amy now 70 total, 9 base. Valar, 106 base. Gemstone, you have a 10-second timer. Pretty even match so far if you guys are just tuning in. No one has died. Good heals, good strategy. Everybody's taken a shot and sort of stood up to it. She is going Acid Rain and Big Red. And she is within range. The range is tightened. So Acid Rain and Big Red. So Amy, you can have, grenades are unlimited. So you can use Goldars. You just can't use smokes and potions multiple times. You can use Nolan. What would you like for Nolan to throw? Nolan can throw sparks and he can throw grenades. And now that you've had him out, he most certainly can. Oh boy. This is going to be her third Big Red. Amy, wow, this is going to hurt. She's going Acid Rain and then Big Red, and then Nolan is throwing a Big Red. Double Big Reds. Amy, you are at 10%. Amy is at 10% and 7 base life. Back to back. Woo. She's taking more grenades than Tommy the Tank. Bonnie Wright. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie's giving some support. Says the ladies are battling well. Valar, it is now your turn. Your partner's on the ropes, Valar. She is hurting. She took back-to-back Big Reds. We got 15 minutes, everybody. Gemstone, 70 and 6. Muse, 80 and 7. Amy, 10 and 7. So she's going to detonate the blue bomb and also throw the gold bomb. So Valar's going double bombs. So gold bomb and detonate the blue. So Gemstone's life pool just went down 25% for 2 turns. It's temporary deduction, Gemstone, but you're under 50%. Julia Muse, it is now your turn, Julia. You are. Valar, you absolutely are. Hold on. Valar, you're within range of Julia and also Amy. Hold up, Julia. Valar, you have a half a turn. Actually, you do not. You do not. You detonated and you cast. Sorry. The detonation is a half a turn and the cast is a half a turn. So your turn is expended. It is 10-second timer for Julia Muse. So Julia's move is heal and enrage 3 in mask. Okay. Again, you can't pull off 3 moves. So you can't heal, enrage, and attack. You can heal and attack, or you can enrage and attack, but you can't do all 3. All right. Keep in mind, an Enrage 3 will do nothing for the AP Plasma. Once you use Armor Piercing, you only get the effect of Armor Piercing. Actually, I stand corrected. You can't. No, you can. With the AP1, sorry. Yes. No. You're absolutely right. The AP does 1. She enrages 3. The armor piercing, no, you're fine. The armor piercing plasma, the bullet hits for damage, and you get the effect of the armor piercing. So, Amy, you've taken lethal damage. A little bit of overkill, actually, because you were at 10 life. And you also take 1 armor piercing, which pulled you down as well. So, Amy, you are effectively at 0. You are at 0. All right, Amy is back in the saddle. She's rezzing. And Amy, it is your turn. You have no poisons now, no buffs, nothing. You did have the toxic and the infused from before, but no carryover effect. So all that is dropped off. All right, she is going to res and throw a red, big red, at Jim. And we got sound effects, everybody. It's like this. All right, Jim, taking another big shot. Jim, you're now below 50%. Jim is at 40 and 6. Jim is at 40 and 6. Julia is at 80 and 7. Amy has just rezzed. And Valar 106. So Gemstone is now your turn. and Villar's like, move, move. We're at 9 minutes, everybody. 9 minutes remaining. Bones and Villar have used one res so far. Jim is going to summon Fido to Amy. And green, brace. All right, so Fido goes in. Amy, you get hit with Fido. Gemstone is using green plasma to get a little bit of a health kickback, and she does. Jim, you're now at 55%. Your base life is back to 8. Amy, you take a shot from Fido after you rezzed. You're at 55 and 9. Villar, 10-second timer. 8 minutes to go, everybody. 8 more minutes. Villar, you're on the clock. 10 seconds. All right, detonating the gold bomb on Julia. Remember, Julia, your health pool was down 25% from before. She detonates the gold bomb as well. So after the 25% health pool loss, after the gold bomb detonation, Jim, you're back to 25%, and Firefly to Julia. Julia, you have a 10-second timer. You're feeling a little woozy. All right, Julia, how are you healing? Smoke or potion? Potion is a full use of a turn. Smoke is not. And you cannot use Wargo at point blank range. All right, so Julia's going to drop a heal smoke. So that smoke is there, hasn't healed her yet. And you cannot use Wargo on Amy at point blank range. Now you can use it on Villar. All right, she's going to heal smoke, and she is going to infuse the muse. All right, Amy. Take another shot from the infuse. Amy, it is your turn. Heal smoke is around Julia. You're at 45 and 9. You have a 10-second timer to react. She's gonna breathe some of She's gonna breathe some of Julia's heel smoke. Give me some of that. She's gonna go. Hold on. What are you doing here? Summon Bull to Julia. So Julia gets the effect of the heel. She is now 107. Amy's trying to take a hit of your heel. But Amy's dropping the bull, so she's going to come in and hit you for 6. And BT7 is going to head over to Gemstone. Gemstone, you're taking a big BT7 with 25% remaining life. It's a big hit. It's not big enough to knock you out of the game, though. Gemstone is down to 10%. And she takes the AP. Gemstone is at 10 and 7. 10 and 7. Jim, it is now your turn. Ten seconds, Kel. We got 3 minutes to go, everybody. 3 minutes. Jim is going to drop a heel smoke. So Jim drops a heel smoke, and she throws a BT7. All right. You guys remember that firefly that bit Julia? Well, one, you're throwing a BT7 and your partner's right there. So it goes like this. But because they're so close, Julia actually catches it by herself. She intercepts it since it's so close and takes it over here, mitigating some of the damage to Amy. Julia was close enough to eat the grenade anyway and takes the fall damage. Julia is now at 70 health and 5. Amy, you were buffered by the attack. Valar, you have 2 minutes to go. 10-second timer. Purple Plasma to Julia and Preston to Jim. Julia, you have been hit with Purple Plasma. It is now your turn. You have 10 seconds. Ten-second timer for Julia. She's going to go AP3 to Valar. All right. And she is under the effects of Purple Plasma. No, she's not taking the war go over to Gemstone, is she? Oh, yes, she is. Bam! Gemstone. Your partner's under the effects of Purple Plasma. Completely confused. You just took 4 AP damage. And our timer has expired. 45 minutes just expired. Gemstone taking 3. Luckily, she was at 7. Luckily, she was at 7. 45 minutes. Gemstone took a shot, but she's got abs of steel. And Preston did not get to make his dent. So here's where we are, everybody. The match has been called. Jim, was it 10 and 4? Julia Muse, was it 60 and 5? Amy, 45 and 9. Villar was not hit. But by nature of the fact that Amy died and rezzed once, the win goes to Jim and Muse, even though it was very, very close. I'm going to award it 6 points for Jim, 4 points for Bones and Villar. So very close match. Jim and Muse get the win, but Bones and Villar still get 4 points with the loss. So very, very close match. Down to the wire. I think those viewing would probably agree Jim and Villar did slightly more damage. Good match. Very, very close to call. But the one extra death was the difference in the match. So good job. Good job. Good back and forth. I love the timers. I think the timers bring it to a whole different concept for you guys. Certainly lets you beef up your defensive strategy, and sometimes getting that one kill makes a big difference. But from a power ranking standpoint, you want to play close. You want to play tight all the way through. So, great match. All right. We're moving on to match number 2, everybody. Match number 2. We'll take Julia, Jim, Bones, Villar out of play. We're going somewhere tropical. We're going to go, since we just went cold, let's warm it up a little bit. So, Jim, can you jump, or Julia, can you jump on the timers? Give Kel a break for this next match. All right, so our next match, everybody, once again, it's going to be 45 minutes. And we've got Will the Bill and Ocean Man versus Bloodfish and Ron. All right, no worries. So, let's do a 20-second timer, pre-match buff, everybody. All right, Tommy says he can handle the timer. So, Tommy, give me a 20-second timer. And Will, Ocean Man, Bloodfish, and Ron, any tapes, any elixirs that you would like to use, you have 20 seconds to go ahead and type them in so everybody can see them. Ocean Man is going Elysium and Titanium. Will is going double Elysium. And he's going Trace and Sonic. Ocean Man going Immune. Father Ron going double CAD. Going Super Poison. All right, let me get everybody set up. Will. Ocean Man. Ron. And Bloodfish. All right, match is starting right now. Bloodfish, you have 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Tommy, give me a 20-second timer for the first round. And OU, why are you in Moonshot talking about a Wargo? A Wargo does not have a blade. I'm here. All right, we're going to reset the timer. 20-second timer, the match. We're 4 minutes into the match. So, 20 seconds for Bloodfish. All right, moving up to the second level. All right. He climbs up to the second level. He's good. All right, we got Ocean Man. Ocean Man, you have a 20-second timer. Every player, Ocean Man, you are 40 yards away from Father Ron. You are 25 yards away from Bloodfish. You have no line of sight. Will, you and Bloodfish are about 30 yards away from each other. Ron, you and Will are about 55, 60 yards away. All right, Preston is going where? All right, Preston is out, and he is stealthed, and he's closing the distance to Father Ron. $30 yards. All right. Ocean Man, 30 yards from Father Ron. Preston is out. Give me a 20-second timer for Father Ron. 20-second timer for Father Ron. Father Ron is summoning Preston and going time warp smoke. Father Ron sending Preston to Will. Turn 1. And Ron is dropping the warp smoke. And he is at Will. Will, you have a 20-second timer. I like the bold play. I personally like it. I love seeing the time warp smoke. Well done, Ron. I think that might have confused him a little bit. Going eagle to fish. Will is going summon eagle. All right, crawfish. Pick a number 1 to 5, please. 1 to 5. Picks a 5. Your leggings are gone. His set leggings are gone. Eagle does his job. Ray is not on the roof. Ray is on the walkway. He's on this little runway right here. He's just behind the roof. And Will goes brace with purple cube. To Father Ron. Father Ron, you're still above 90%. You're in good shape with health. You cannot trace from that distance, Will. He teleported to you. You were at point blank range. All right. Will braces with purple point blank range to Ron. Ron, you're under some effects. We'll see how that plays out. We've got Bloodfish. It is your turn. If you guys are just tuning in, not a lot of damage so far. Ray, 108. Will, 106. Bloodfish, 109. Father Ron, 98. Come around the corner to the end of the roof and shoot Will with AP2. To here. And Will. So, he is already within range. Moves a little bit. He already had line of sight, so that's not an issue. Will, you take 2 AP damage. Will, you are at 4. 104. Ocean Man. Turn number 2 for Preston. Ocean Man, you have a 10-second timer. You have no line of sight on Bloodfish. You do have line of sight on Father Ron. Ray, there's no way you can go around the corner because of the terrain. There is a ledge here. You'd have to climb up on the roof and get onto the roof. There's no way you could do that. You could move in range within a turn, but you can't move within range and also get an attack climbing up on the roof. And let me put you back where you were. No, it's not he's too far. It's just he can't get around the roof and the ledge and all the range. 4-second timer for Ray. Give him 4 seconds, Tommy. All right, he is going to warp smoke to fish. All right, he's warping. Yep, got it. All right. Father Ron, it is now your turn. 10-second timer for Father Ron. We have 34 minutes left, everybody. 34 minutes. Father Ron is going AP, attack to Will. Will, you are at 100%, but you are at 2 base life. You guys are tuning in. Will is at 102. Ocean Man, 108. Bloodfish, 109. Ron, 90-8. Will, it is now... Oh, hold on. Father Ron. Backtrack. You are under the effect of purple cubes. You attacked Will with the AP weapon, but you hit him with the hilt of the sword. Will, you take a little bit of damage, but it's not armor-piercing damage. Father Ron had the weapon backwards because of the purple cube. Will, it is now your turn. 10-second timer, Will. You've not done the Papa Don't Preach yet. Too close for Sonic Bow, Will. Once again, Father Ron's literally like all up in your grill. Can't get a bow off. You can't get a rifle shot off. You can summon the hawk to fish. We'll take care of that, and then you can figure out the other move. Crawfish, post all three of your weapons, short range, medium range, and long range in chat. 1, 2, and 3, we'll do a die roll. Just one. AP Sword, Fangarang, and Cabal. All right. Let's get a die roll going. All right, 1 or 2, he loses AP. 3 or 4, he loses Fangarang. 5 or 6, he loses Cabal. Pick a number, Crawfish. Bloodfish. Picks a 1. And it is a 4. It is a 4. He loses the Fangarang. AP Blade still in play, and Cabal still in play. Will goes Fire Sword to Ron. Ron's buffed. I'm going to tell you. He's legit gear. So, Ron, you take another shot. Ron's still holding pretty strong at 80-8. Father Ron is at 80-8. It is Bloodfish. We got 29 minutes to go. Will is at 95-4. Ocean Man 108. Bloodfish 109. Father Ron is 80-8. Bloodfish, you have a 10-second timer. Summon Bull to Will. Moving to the end of the roof near Will and hitting him with an AP2. Will, you take 1 point from the Bull. You take 2 points from the AP arrow. Will is at 95% base or total health and 1% base health. Will is at 95-1. Ocean Man 108. Bloodfish 109, Ron 80 and 8. You are correct. Bloodfish. You can do the summon and the fire, but not the move. Good call, guys. So you can summon the bull. You do have line of sight. You just can't move. Ray's like, stay close. Don't move. All right, he's going bull and arrow. Good call. No, I appreciate you guys chiming in on that. All right, so we got damage still resolves, so we're good. That was Bloodfish. So we got Ocean Man. Ocean Man, 10-second timer for you. Ocean Man is going in Rage 3 and Bling. It's a hell of a hit. But you got to know, he was the first person to be all tier gold armor, and that gold is shining. So it is a hell of a hit. But he's still at 60%. And that was a shot, Ray. $60-9, and the Enraged 3 is out of play. Will, 95-1. Bloodfish, 60-9. Ray, 108. Father Ron, 80-8. Father Ron, it is now your turn. 10-second timer. Attack Will with AP2. And it does the job. Will, you have taken lethal damage. 3 straight AP shots. Will is at 0. All right, Will is going to res Father Ron. Preston is out of play. Will died. Target is dismissed. So there is no Preston. Will is going double Beige bombs. 1 to Bloodfish. And 1 to Ron. All right, Bloodfish. 10-second timer. Ron had Preston as well, Ocean Man. That was Ron's Preston. He summoned Preston early on to go to Will. No, your Preston's in play. Father Ron's Preston is not in play. Correct. All right, he is going to move in range and hit Will with AP arrow. Again, Will take another shot with AP. Ocean Man, it is your turn. You have a 10-second timer. Father Ron, you just got ripped by Preston out of the middle of nowhere. Father Ron. Ray, you are not You're good. You're good. All right. Ray is going heal and seal to Will. You're fine. And fire trace with purple to Bloodfish, which you cannot do. You cannot toss a smoke and use a two-handed rifle or weapon. You could fire brace, but you can't throw a smoke and use a bow or use a rifle. We have 20 minutes left, everybody. 20 minutes. Okay, yeah, if you were buffering. You can do the heal and seal to Will, and you can attack with a one-handed weapon. You can't throw a smoke and attack with a two-handed weapon. So if you go trace, you can't use the heal and seal. All right, you're going to have the same challenge, Ray. All right, Will is here. So for you to throw the smoke, you have to throw the smoke here, which means you could attack here. But you can't throw the smoke one move, move a second move, and attack with a third move. Each action is a half a turn. So anytime you get 3 half actions, that gives you a turn and a half. So you can throw the smoke, you can drop a smoke, you can attack, you can't throw a smoke, equip the two-handed weapon, use both hands in order to fire. That makes sense. You can throw a smoke and shoot a one-handed pistol. Pretty much. Or you can move and fire a two-handed weapon, as long as you're not moving the entire 30 yards. You can move within a zone and fire. Okay, and if you summon Nolan, it's like rule check after rule check. If you summon Nolan, you cannot use Nolan the round you summon him. You summon Nolan, and in the next turn. You can summon Nolan, and you can throw a grenade. All right, Tommy, 5 seconds. All right, so trace purple cube to fish, no heal and seal. All right, Ron, it is now your turn. Here is where we stand. Will, 100% and 4 AP. Ron, you're 80 and 6. Bloodfish is 50 and 9. And Ocean Man is 108. His move was you got hit with Trace with a purple cube. Father Ron, it is your turn. 10-second timer. Father Ron, summon Finney on Ray and attack Will with AP. All right. Finney, the fox, goes in to hit Ray. Will, you get hit with AP too? Ray, you take a big 10% from Finney the Fox. Will, you are up. So life counts, everybody. We got 15 minutes left. Will, 100 total life, 2 base life remaining. Ocean Man, 90 total life, 8 base life remaining. Bloodfish, 50 total life, 9 base remaining. And Father Ron, 80% total life, 6 base life remaining. Will, you got a 10-second timer. If you guys are tuning in, Will and Ray have already used 1 res. They've used 1 res. All right. Will is using Ring of Healing for his heal. 50% heal once per day. Will is now back to 4 base life. 104 base. Bloodfish, yes. You are, you're a little woozy, and you have a 10-second timer. All right, Bloodfish is going to attack Ray with the AP sword. Now, this might actually been a benefit because I think Ray was hoping you would attack him with all the toxic he has. But sadly, Ray, the purple cube kicks in, and for some reason, Bloodfish thinks he's Greg Louganis. And he does a 1.5 into the water. I give him an 8. But Ray, it's my job to remember your poison. Ray, Bloodfish, Will, and Ron, you guys do your jobs and attack, and let me do my job and keep score. How about that? All right. So there is no damage that takes place, but he does miss his turn. He does a backflip off the top of the roof, lands in the water. Kel gives him an 8.3. And we've got Ocean Man. 10-second timer. The bull was in play before he died, Bloodfish. Your bull was in play and Preston was in play, and when he died, neither had a target. Father Ron killed Will while your bull was out. Four seconds, Ray. We got 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. 8 minutes and 50 seconds. You can. You're within range there, but if you feel like jumping down a level, it's fine. Jump and shot. All right, so you're firing Trace. Any modification cubes on Trace? or just straight damage? If you guys fire a space, brace, displace. All right, so he's firing AP, cube. Bloodfish at 40 and 8. He takes damage from the trace. Also takes 1 point of damage from the AP plasma. Father Ron, you are up. Life counts. Will 104. Ocean Man 90 and 8. Bloodfish 40 and 8. Father Ron 80 and 6. And Father Ron is on the clock. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. He's going Storm Smoke and AP damage. Storm Smoke and AP damage to Will. He's bringing the Storm. So, Will, you take straight damage from the Storm Smoke. And you take 2 more AP. Will at 90 and 2. 90 and 2. Will, you're on the clock. Will 90 and 2. Ocean Man 90 and 8. Bloodfish 40 and 8. And Father Ron 80 and 6. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, Will. I will say, Ray, when you're facing people that have this much health, damage and time needs to be of the essence, no doubt about it. You don't want to get into a grinded out game with people that have full gold sets. I mean, it's just the way it is. Summon Owl for AP arrows. Detonate Beige bombs. You can detonate 1 bomb and 1 summon, Will. You can't detonate both. All right, so Bloodfish, your AP arrows have been taken by the burrowing owl. They're gone. They're out of play. And Will, let me know whose bomb you're going to detonate. So he's detonating on Father Ron. Beige bombs on Father Ron. You got it. Bloodfish, you have a 10-second timer. We just hit 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes to go till the end of the match. You cannot. You cannot use homing for the burrowing owl targets. Only armor and weapons. Can't control smoke and take an action. Your control smoke, you control that character. That's your only move. probably the best move. So he is within range. He is going to attack Will with an AP2. And Will is at 0. Will has taken lethal damage. Will is out of combat. Ray, it is your turn. You are solo. Ray, you have a 10-second timer, 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Going to rage and go big red to Bloodfish. You hit him hard again. Second time you've hit him hard. Bloodfish, you are at 10% life and you are 8%. Two big enrages. Father Ron. And he prevents it. Defensive instance. He uses his prevention spell, and he is back to 40. Father Ron, you have a 10-second timer. 1 minute and 23 seconds to go in the match, everybody. Doesn't matter. Ray, the tank spell and the pre-spells are defensive instants. So once the move happens, they get a reaction to it. All right, Ron, in order to fire Unholy Arrow, yeah, he can move in line of sight. 10 yards. Unholy Arrow. It hits. Unholy Arrow hits. No, he can move within line of sight because he can move 10 to 15 yards and still get his attack. So he's good. And he's not climbing over anything. And with that, we have just hit the timer, everybody. Timer is up. So, we're going to call the match. We've got Father Ron and Bloodfish taking the victory. Not a 10-point victory. Ocean Man was still alive. However, in my vantage point, I'm going to give it an 8 and a 2. I'm going to give it an 8 and a 2, everybody. I think it was pretty good control from start to finish. Slightly higher than the last match. 8 points to Bloodfish and Ron. 2 points to Will and Ocean Man. Good match. Very good match, everybody. Couple call-outs. Certainly, time was an issue. Ray, you and Will are high damage. And if you don't, I thought there were some great moves early on. Clearly, the strategy by Ron and Bloodfish to pin Will down, that was actually the best move. Whether you guys saw this or not, they know Will is low base health, and they went AP. Very, very well done. Great strategy. probably one of the best team matches I've seen as far as communication. That was not luck. That didn't just happen. There was some strategy to them. Father Ron teleported to Will so he could use the AP sword, and Bloodfish moved around the corner so he could use the AP arrow. And Ray is super, super toxic glyphed. So if either one of them would have hit Ray, they would have been taking a ton of poison damage back. And it would have been a big, big hassle. So you guys probably saw they pretty much left Ray alone and went straight after Will to get an early advantage. I think it was great, great strategy by Bloodfish and Father Ron. So, kudos to both of you guys. I think it was very well played. Good, good strategy. And those of you watching, hopefully you guys picked up something because you're going to be facing one of these two teams later on. Bonnie Wright, Brothers in Arms, rocking, great match. Absolutely. I enjoyed the scene. I enjoyed the strategy. I enjoyed the terrain. And it actually worked out. I agree. To that point too. Bloodfish attacked Ray hoping his attack wouldn't go through. And when I'm thinking of something that there's only so many ways you can penalize a person with a purple cube, and it just so happened, Ray, in most cases, if that would have been an attack on Will, it would have benefited your team, but the fact that it was an attack on you, and you were very, like Gemstone is a reflection warrior, so she was sending that damage back. Ray's a toxic warrior. You go toe-to-toe with this guy, you're going to be taking as much damage back as you're dishing out. So I thought it was well done. Ocean Man, congrats, Ron and Bloodfish. I made some mistakes I won't make again. This loss is on me, Will. We're going to see y'all again. This is why the regular season is so important. You guys will likely see each other again at the end of the season, and everybody got I think everybody got a good show. So great job to both teams. And the only thing I probably would have liked to have seen is just some sidebar advice. I would have liked to seen Will go titanium tape instead of Elysium tape. And I get the Elysium tape and how important it is, but Will, your base life, where you're at right now, if you don't stock up on pink diamonds or you don't have a weapon that gives you base, you almost have to go titanium tape. It's almost a requirement because they didn't even throw holy grenades. See, I thought Bloodfish, instead of going AP arrows, that they were going to kind of double team you, but he couldn't throw the holy grenades because Father Ron was within range. So the way they went about it was, let's just hit with AP blades and AP arrows. So, but hey, good match. Take the time, get your gear ready to go, talk to your teams about strategy, and great job. Will, congratulations to both you guys. Great match, well played. All right, we got one more match, everybody. I've got Trigger, Rocket, Hippo, and Bilal. Do I have Trigger, Rocket, Hippo, and Bilal, and B? Well, Bilal, here's the nice thing. Long as your partner's here, we're going to get you an emoji next time. So, yes, I will say you guys are at an extreme disadvantage. But a couple weeks ago, Ben and Flyrod were at an extreme disadvantage, right? And they made the best of it. They made a good match. So, yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with black. Black is reflect. The problem is it doesn't reflect armor piercing. And their strategy tonight was not even to hit you with anything. It was to armor pierce. So you can have all the armor in the world. A new tier set's going to do you no good if you don't build your base armor. So if you can build your base armor, I think a black tier set is phenomenal because it throws people off. All right, where is Trigger? Oh, there she is. All right, so Trigger is going Energy Elixir. All right. Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Do not send me what belt you're wearing. Do not send me what rings you're wearing. All of that stuff is in your armor set. The only thing, when we get ready to start a match, the only thing that I need for you guys to send me, do not send me gear. Send me the type of tape you're using. If you're using Elysium tape, let me know which items you're taping down. And let me know which elixirs you're using. All right, so Angel's going Energy Elixir, Elysium, and Titanium. And Gina is going Elysium on Trace and Bless. All right, so let's get everybody set up. We got Hippo. We got Bilal, who's in need of an avatar. And B, we will get you an avatar. We got Rocket. Oh, and we got Trigger. So, Tommy, start us out. Give me a 20-second timer. Trigger, you are on the clock. 20-second timer. Those of you watching, especially new players, it's going to be a tough matchup. So we're going to set the timer. But these are the ones you learn from. Just remember, it's a long season. Your distance from Bilal, about 50 yards. Your distance from Hippo, about 30 yards, but he's behind the building. Absolutely, Hippo. You can go titanium tape. And Bilal, Cobalt tape. Close distance and summon owl. All right, who are we summoning the owl on, and who are we closing distance on? So one thing I want you guys to do in the future, and you guys saw this with Ray's match, remember, I don't know who you're attacking. So you guys got to give me all the information you possibly can. Who the bombs are going to be on. If you summon an owl, what you want to take from them. Close on Bilal and owl to hippo. Okay. All right. You are now in range, and the owl's going to hippo. And what are we taking away from hippo? The owl will not take the chess piece. Remember, the burrowing owl only takes items, grenades, sparks, plasmas. Hippo said your owl's coming back empty-handed. Well done. Well done, Hippo. Grenades. All right. Hippo. 20-second timer for you. You know, Trigger, some of your best matches might be when you're medicated. Oh, very nice. he goes time smoke on the person that's medicated. I love it. I love it. That is classic. Now you're really going to be under the gun. Oh, man, Hippo's on fire right now. All right. Hippo's going time smoke on Trigger. All right, Bilal, you have a 20-second timer. And she is in range. All right. I love the action. Bum rush to Hippo, mock speed, and take pot shots at Trigger with 9mm. All right. So it's going to be like this. Bam, 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 bam. All right. You get to about right here. And, yeah, you only get one shot with the 9mm. But Trigger, you take damage. 10% damage with the 9mm. Gina Crockett, Rocket, it is now your turn. You have a 20-second timer. 20-second timer. Hey, Hippo and Bilal trying to pull off the epic upset, everybody. Anything is possible. We got time smoke being used, taking some shots, grouping up. This is going to hurt. She's like, playtime is over. All right. Rocket is going to take a couple steps forward. And this is going to be painful, B. I just got to be honest with you. Big red, and we know your armor situation is a little challenging right now. %50. It's a big hit. All right. Rocket goes one big red, knocks Bilal down to 50%. Hippo. Summon Eagle to trigger. Trigger, pick a number 1 to 5. Hippo, you still have half a turn. Leggings. Leggings are gone. Julia, give Hippo 5 more seconds, please. Actually, give him 10 more seconds. He had time smoke. You can still attack. Remember, half a turn to summon, half a turn to attack. Or you can move. All right, he is moving. You start climbing, but you just kind of hanging there. Yeah, you don't get the full climb. You're sort of just swinging. Do a pull-up or two. Yeah, that's about it. All right, listen carefully, Trigger. You have a 5-second timer. Start the timer right now. Time smoke is in effect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big red, Bilal, blue bomb to Hippo. All right, Bilal. They just went like ruthless mode. I'm going to give you a die roll to see if you survived it. Back-to-back big reds. 5 or a 6. 5 or a 6, Bilal. You stay alive for another turn. 1, 2, 3, or 4. He picks a 4. Oh, look at that. He ain't going down without a fight. That's what I'm talking about. Bilal holding on. 5% life. You got this, man. You got it. All right, Bilal, you're up. I see you, Julia. All right. That's a lot of stuff. Regroup with Hippo. Use HP potion. All right. If you regroup with Hippo, which you can do, you can't use a potion, but you can use a smoke. All right, who would be the target for the green bomb? Trigger. All right. Trigger is green bombed. All right. You guys are grouped up. This might get painful quick. All right, Rocket. You have a 10-second timer, Gina. Move in, and she's going big red. So smile a little longer. Bilal has taken lethal damage. And I'm going to tell you, Bilal, obviously there's going to be matchups that are tougher than others. I'd stay down. Save the supplies for Sheila Beasley and Busy Bee, or Football Master and Mist, until you guys get geared a little bit more. It does. And I think you and Hippo definitely have some good team chemistry. Just got to play a little bit longer. And Friday nights, pick up a couple pieces of gear. We got a level event coming up next Saturday. So a lot of people started out where you guys are at with gear and it made a nice move. But I think you guys will be a good team. All right. Bilal is down for the count. Hippo, you actually took 30% of that as well. So Hippo takes a double shot. Hippo, it is your turn. You have a 20-second timer. Last round of your time smoke benefit. Gina says, love you, B. He said, I felt the love from that first big red. You guys are great. Hey, we all start somewhere, right? Hippo's like, I ain't playing anymore. He's moving in range. Hey, actually, that's a great strategy. Because if he moves in range, he can't be grenaded. Bam. Trigger. Take another shot. Look at Bilal. Or look at Hippo doing damage. All right, we got Trigger. It is your turn. Come on, you know you like that new avatar. By the way, did you guys notice the new Bloodfish avatar or not? Bilal, we will get you an avatar next week. I will have you one for your next week's match. Did I miss Trigger's turn? I might have. Trigger, you're on the clock. Oh, 5 seconds, by the way. It's about to get bad for Hippo in a hurry. Oh, she went Tex 4. Oh, wow. How did I miss that? Oh, I see it up there. Tex 4, Toxic Glyph. Hippo, you're holding on at 30%. And Hippo, you're on the clock. You now have a 10-second timer. I got you, Trigger. Thank you. Hey, Kel, do me a favor. We're going to add those to the next pack opening event we do in 2 weeks. You guys know this weekend was a very, very busy weekend for us. So a lot of people did get geared. But we're not doing another pack opening until April, I think it's April 4th. Yep, April 4th. So certainly Hippo and Bilal, hopefully see you guys on Friday nights. Pick up the gear. We're closing out Crypts and Catacombs this week. Then we got a level up event Saturday. That carries over to Sunday. It'll carry over to Sunday. Dead Dimes. See the bankers. Sell some of your gear. Pick up some gear this week. There'll be Dead Dimes at the end of it. But this weekend's a chance you want to kind of get the gear. And then the pack opening will be after that. So you want to raise your ATT. So we got... Stab Trigger again, aiming for the jugular. All right. And Gina, it is now your turn. And I think Gina is probably going to finish off the match. Sonic red arrow at Hippo. And yes, that does do the job. Rocket going red plasma arrow and finishing it off. So, hey, everybody, we had some great matches tonight. Certainly with all the new items, it's a learning experience. There are new pets, new turns. Absolutely, I have not been more thrilled about PvP than with the timers. I love it. It puts you guys under the gun. It keeps the matches going, keeps you guys focused on really your next move and your partnership. It kind of forces you to plan your tag team matches earlier in the week. So taking a few minutes, talking to your partner, not just what you're going to do, but the type of gear that you're going to wear. We got people out there that have multiple tier pieces, so they're going to glyph them and gem them differently. And sometimes you may want to go heavy damage. Sometimes you might want to go heavy health. Sometimes you might want to mix them up. Totally up to you guys how you glyph, how you gem. I know there was a ton of gems in this last weekend pack opening. There was a lot of glyphs. So you should have items at your disposal. You just got to take the time and put the time into it in order to get there. And I will tell you, preparation going to be a big part of it. So we got Bonnie, Hippo, and Bilal. True love for the game. Open a couple more. There you go. All right. Yes, he does. And I missed that. Bloodfish, because it is a new pet. But you're right. Finney was summoned, and I missed the repeat attacks with Finney. Gina Crockett, Hippo and B. Love you both. 2 packs each. So there we go. So now I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Is you're getting the arsenal, you're getting the support. So make the items count, glyph them, put the time in. I like the way you guys play. Clearly you guys know each other. You got good chemistry together. That's some of the best partnerships, right? So this game does allow for some creativity. It does allow for attack, strategy, terrain, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys over the next couple weeks. Let me look at the schedule. So I know Wednesday night, so big match coming up Wednesday night, everybody. We got B-Dub and Unforeseen, Amanda and Bonnie, big match against Dimes and Tank. So definitely looking forward to that match. Dimes and Tank are trying to become the first team to be 3-0. Now, B-Dub and Amanda are going to have something to say about that. Then we got the Killer Bees, up-and-coming team. I love watching Sheila Beasley and Busy Bee play. Hippo and Bilal, Sheila and Busy Bee were kind of where you guys were about a month ago. And they're an up-and-coming team, 1-0 in that bracket. So Trigger and Rocket just getting a big win just now. Going to 1-1. Football Master and Mist, 1-1. And then we got Julie J and Heart of Nixie with a match against Chuck and Churl. And you never know what you're going to see with Chuck. Chuck is just wild. That might be the most evenly matched and probably one of the most fun matches to watch later on in the week is Julie J and Nixie versus Chuck and Churl. So check out the schedule. It's posted. Look at this week. Look at next week. Some of you guys, you had this match this week, so now you're going to have a little bit of time before you gear up. We are at 11:30, so these matches used to go to 1 o'clock in the morning. They used to go to 2 o'clock in the morning. The timers are great. Some of you have not sent me your gear upgrades. I've got about 30% of your inventory done. So inventory might be done by tomorrow. So go ahead and start sending me all of your gems, all of your glyphs, what you're going to do with your armor. Let me know. Now's a good time to do that because some of you have matches. The people have matches on Wednesday. They're going to get first priority. But I'm also going to, get you guys set up for Friday. Remember, you want all your stuff ready before Friday because you want to hit harder than other people. The harder you hit, the more strategic you are, the more damage you deal, the more items you use to help other people, the more experience points you're going to get. So don't think just because people are showing up that everybody's getting the same level of experience. You'll see that on Saturday. Some of you guys are you're doing a phenomenal job, so I can't wait to see the level up event. B-Dub, absolutely OP. Yeah, the timers are great. you're not going to get as many killing blows where you go in and dominate somebody and get 10 points. But that's why it's important to play well, because you're going to see some matches, they're going to be 6-4. Some matches are going to be 7-3. But at the end of the season, I'm going to take all those points into consideration. No offense to Will and Ray, I thought Bloodfish and Ron handled their business and did it in a very, very decisive way, which is why I thought they deserved more points. The earlier match could have went either way. Amy got herself in a bad spot. And you saw Villar kind of mentioning that, right? Villar's like, Amy, move when you get a chance. Well, Amy was in a position where she was getting crossfire from 2 people. Amy has the most base life of any player that was in that match. She just got in a tough spot and kind of got called in the moment and was getting hit by 2 people. So, somewhere between what Amy was doing and what Villar could have moved in closer, and that would have split the damage. So either way you could look at it. Maybe Amy should have backed out. Maybe Villar should have came closer. Either way, Julia Muse, they did have a strategy. Yeah, thank you, Jim Stone. I'm going to wind down the stream in a couple minutes because I need to go find that. That's pretty important to me. And thank you for reminding me. That's the priority. So, hey, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Tomorrow night, we'll do a Walking Dead video, a recap. Appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for being here. You guys are phenomenal. And sorry for the delay in the stream, but, there's a lot of things that are important, but sentimental items are more important than anything else. Thanks for everything that you guys do. I look forward to getting your messages next couple days, and I will see you guys all tomorrow night. Peace.